Good morning. My name is Mark House,
And I'm Will Paulding.
and today we are going to be talking about what the best virtue is to live the good life. Mine is kindness.
And mine is humility.
So, why don't you start us off, Will? Why don't you start off about your chapter and like why your virtue is the best to living the good life?
Well, first, I think we should define what the good life is. Like, to me, living the good life is living towards our purpose or living like God's intended purpose for us.
Okay. Yeah, my perspective of the good life is kind of the same. It's like living your purpose to which God has called you to, and like whatever that is in your life.
Yeah. So, the reason why I say humility is because without humility, you can't achieve any other virtue that would lead you to the good life. And like that, I mean, without humility, there is no other virtues that you can obtain. So it kind of does make it the most important virtue, like in my opinion.
Do you think like, how do you think like kindness like relates to that? Like how does like, do you think kindness could also like back up humility's like being the best virtue?
Like in what way?
Like, do you think like they can like connect in like a way? Do you think they could both make strong arguments?
Well, yeah, I definitely think they can. It just, to me, it depends like what you mean by kindness.
Mm-hmm. Well, my definition of kindness, it's like it helps us care for others and like build peace in the world. And like my outside source was Charlie Kirk. Like this article on Charlie Kirk talked about like remembering the goodness of Charlie Kirk, a tribute to a life of kindness and impact. And it basically talked about like before he died, like he showed so much kindness to people. He like respected people's opinions, even if he disagreed with them. He would also try to like prove their opinions like wrong if they were wrong, and he would like try to just really show kindness to them. And that's really kind of what Jesus did as well. Jesus always showed kindness. He never hated anyone. He was always kind to even people like around him hated. Like the story in the Bible with like the man with leprosy, people around people around that man hated him.
Yeah.
But Jesus didn't hate him. He loved that man, and he showed kindness to that man and healed him. So
Yeah, I see what you mean, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I definitely see how they can be connected, too. Because, I mean, for you to show kindness to others, I mean, to me, that would require a lot of humility. Because, I mean, you're humbling yourself to like, show kindness to others rather than, like, I don't know, like, put yourself over them. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, because I totally see how they connect. It's like humility, like to me, means like knowing you're not like better than others.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what humility means. And like kindness is like treating others with care and like respect too. And then like being humble helps you be like truly kind to others. And that's really kind of what Jesus did. He was a very humble man. Same with Charlie Kirk. He was also very humble to people and to himself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, yeah, because on the book that we're going to be discussing called On Reading Well by Karen Swallow Pryor, she kind of defines humility as like an accurate assessment of oneself.
Mm-hmm.
And she kind of goes into detail in her chapter about humility, about how like God kind of like embodies humility, like God's character. I mean, God, like when Jesus came, he embodied humility by like lowering himself to our level and like like in the sacrifice on the cross, he bared like this great like humiliation, and he did that for us, which kind of is like kindness too. Like he did that for us to save us from our sins. So, yeah,
That's a really good example. Yeah, and kindness, it talks about in the book, like the author like describes that like kindness like isn't just about being nice. It's about like showing like love and truth through our like actions, like whatever we do, to even like talking to people or like doing something for someone, which is what Jesus did. He showed kindness in his words, his actions, and he showed kindness by like even just sacrificing his life on the cross for us.
yeah. So then, why do you think that kindness is the most important virtue for achieving a good life?
I think just kindness all around. Like, I think we need kindness in order to live the good life, because we just really need to show, obviously, kindness. We need to just show respect to others.
Yeah.
And we just need to show them that they matter, and we just need to be very humble to others and, like, put others before ourselves, you know? That's really my definition of kindness.
Yeah.
Is putting others before yourselves and, like, showing them respect.
Right.
Why do you think, what was your virtue is humility, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, my fault. Why do you think humility is the best virtue to live the good life?
I mean, as I previously stated, like, you can't really have any of the other virtues without humility, because with humility, you're accurately assessing yourself, and like someone who's not humble wouldn't be willing to put in the effort or acknowledge themselves as not having the other virtues. Like someone who's not kind, but they kind of think of themselves as being kind, like they wouldn't never ever even have kindness if they can't humble themselves and accurately think about themselves.
Do you think Jesus showed more humility or kindness? That's just kind of a question I just thought of.
Yeah.
Do you think he showed more like kindness or like humility?
That's a good question, honestly, because depending on how you look at it, it could be either. But I just think the acts of Jesus coming to earth, and becoming human really is an act of humbleness in itself. I mean, if you look at like his sacrifice on the cross, like the crucifixion is like probably at the time the most humiliating way to go. I mean,
yeah, for
he
sure.
was displayed publicly, like his suffering was displayed for everyone to see.
Yeah.
And his whole death was really just a public kind of like, it's like they're mocking him in a way.
Yeah.
That's why I really think it's about humility, because like he did that for us. So like, do you think that, do you see it more as a kindness thing or like humility?
I kind of see it more as like a kindness thing, because like he kind of like related to us. Like he came down to earth, he was human, he knew, like he just like related to us. He was human, he ate like us, he walked like us, he felt pain like us, he did everything like us.
Right.
So I feel like he just related more, and like it's hard to put in words. It's like he showed kindness because he like he understood what we were going through, or what we are going through, like on earth, if that kind of makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Like, do you mean like he, like in this way, like he humbled himself to kind of like give like perspective?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah. That's pretty much what I'm saying.
okay.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying. Did you have any like other questions about like kindness, like in the chapter on reading well? Do you have any questions from that chapter?
Well, I mean, Not really. I mean, what places like kindness above like say like temperance or prudence, where those are really heavy on like decision making and your like habits. Like what makes you put kindness over that for living God's purpose?
It just really makes me, like, when I show kindness to someone, I really get, like, I trust them a lot. Like, I have a lot of trustfulness with them. Like, I trust what they're going to say. I know they're going to, like, if I'm feeling like, oh, like, God doesn't have a plan for me, and someone tells me, like, oh, God has a plan for you and stuff, I'm going to trust them because I've grown with them in kindness, and I just really trust them after I've grown with them in kindness a lot, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. Why would you put humility above, like the question you asked me, like above all the other virtues? Kind of like what you said before, right?
Yeah. So like prudence or like even temperance, like you have to first, like with temperance, it's about like your habits, right? And how you need to have like good habits that would kind of put you on the right track to living God's purpose. And to me, that's like you not only do you have to have those habits, but you have to identify and correct your bad habits so you already have. And for me, that takes a lot of humility because, I mean, these could be anything really. Like these habits could be anything, and maybe it'd be something you take pride in. And for me to realize that I'm doing something wrong and like actually do something about it and like realize it's a problem, like that to me would take a lot of humility.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Even kind of like what you were saying, like when you're doing something wrong, kindness kind of talks to me in that way too. Like when I like say the wrong thing to someone or when I'm like just being really mean to someone, I just think of like kindness, just always be kind. Right, and so like in the Bible, it talks about kindness a lot. And like Jesus, I know it's like a different virtue, but Jesus says to love your neighbor as yourself. And that to me kind of relates to kindness. So that's kind of what I got.
Yeah, I do see like kindness would be at like the center of that teaching, really.
Yeah, for sure. Do you think everyone has humility?
I mean, I feel like not everyone. I feel like everyone has a sort of sense of humility, but I feel like not everyone lives humbly. I mean, obviously, and not everyone will. I mean, a lot of people won't ever live a humble lifestyle, and I think like we might all have a little bit of humility inside of us, but really it's up to us to really cultivate it and to grow it.
Yeah. And like the book says on page 207, it says kindness isn't natural to most of us, which is why it is a virtue that needs to be taught and cultivated. And I kind of feel the same way. Like people think they know what kindness is, like, oh, it's just like being nice, but it's more than that. It's like putting like others before like ourselves, or like just showing love and truth through our actions. It's not just about being nice. It's about all those other things. It's more than that, you know, which I totally agree on that point that the author makes on page 207.
Yeah, I mean, kind of just going back to like the other virtues, and like, how do you think kindness relates to the other virtues? I mean, besides humility, I think we talked about that one enough. But like,
I think kindness relates to kind of like patience, I feel like. Because like with kindness, if you want to show kindness to someone, you got to show a lot of patience. Yeah, I totally see that on social media too. People like not living how they're supposed to live or what they're like called to be living as, you know. I see that a lot.
Yeah, I think like humility kind of like really connects to like another virtue that probably won't be like isn't really talked about, but like chastity. Like I think like because the important part about chastity really can just be summed down to like fidelity to like another person.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I mean, really, when you humble yourself and you accurately assess yourself, you know that you're not above your partner, and like you can't, like you can't act like unfaithfully and go out and cheat on them, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
'Cause I think part of humility too is realizing that you're also, I mean, you're seeing yourself as like a human being, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like you also gotta see everyone else as a human being and treat them the same way.
Yeah.
So like I see that like we kind of see kindness as like kindness and humility as being like a little similar in some ways. Like what do you think are like some like distinguishing facts about them?
Well, I had some like notes that I wrote. It says like humility means like knowing you're not better than others, which we already talked about, and like kindness is treating others with care and respect. Being humble helps you be truly kind. I feel like that's one.
Yeah. So what do you think really sets them apart then?
It says like the author says like on the last page of the chapter humility, it says the good life begins and ends with humility. But I don't really like agree with that, but I guess that could be one point which sets them apart according to the author.
Right.
Which is one. And then humility, it also kind of talks about pride in the chapter a lot. It says that like to be human is to struggle with pride. A few have too little of it, most too much.
Right. I mean, couldn't you also argue that like your pride like stops you from being kind?
I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah. Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, because to me, like, I see kindness and humility as being like very close together, but like to me, kindness can kind of be like, in a way, like you're humbling others. Like the book talks about how like kindness isn't just being nice to people, but it's also like it may be like you're getting on them for doing something, or like you're teaching them, or it's like stuff like that. And I feel like in those situations, like you're humbling the other person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it's hard to distinguish the two.
Yeah, right. How will humility shape your life after high school? Do you think it'll shape your life in a good way after high school?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I think humility, like especially going to college, like would be pretty important because you need to. I mean, really, you need to identify your strengths and weaknesses, and like especially like at this time, it's probably more important than ever. Really in deciding your future. So
yeah.
I mean, personally, that's gonna be something I try to practice, and like I'll just need to humble myself and you know just see where God puts me.
Yeah, for me, like after high school, like I want to go into like music and like preach people about the gospel through music, and that takes a lot of like kindness to lead them to it. Like don't be like mean about it. Be like, oh, you're not following Jesus, so you can't like do this or do that. No, everyone's invited. I invite everyone to like come to Jesus, and that's really like what I want to do kind of after high school. And that takes a lot of like kindness, and that I really need to be like humble towards others, you know.
Yeah. So I mean, kind of just wrapping up, like in your opinion, which one, now after our discussion, like which virtue to you is more important to living a good life?
You gave a lot of good points on humility, so
Yeah,
you gave some good points on humility, so I think I'm gonna go with humility, honestly. You gave some really good points.
No, yeah, I mean, I agreed with a lot of your stuff, because I mean, to me, I see a lot of the stuff that you stated for kindness can be applied to humility, and the other way too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think really, I mean, yeah, I still think humility is more important.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I totally
Yeah.
agree. Yeah, for sure. You want to wrap it up? All right, bet. Well, thank you for listening to this part of the podcast, and we really hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you can live the good life with one of these virtues. Thank you.
This episode has been a production of the Capistrano Valley Christian Schools Podcast Network. CVCS is a Christian TK through 12 school in San Juan Capistrano, California. Please visit cvcs.org/podcasts to listen to the variety of shows our students produce on our campus. You can also find all of our shows on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, and others. We would also appreciate you subscribing to and leaving a review of this show and the other shows on our network in your podcast player of choice. If you have any questions or would like to reach out to us, please email podcasts@cvcs.org. On behalf of the school, this is Mr. Jasper, the executive producer of the podcast network. Thank you for listening, and stay tuned for more.